Today I'm coming at you with a very non-scripted and just off-the-fly video from my bedroom floor because we're going for a down-to-earth, humbling, put that girl in her place position. And that's okay, we're gonna roll with it. So let's talk about the title, The Elephant in the Room. I had literally 0 views on my first ever YouTube video, and I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna write those outlines for videos that really touch my heart and hopefully touch one other person out there. But let me not get ahead of myself. If any of you are also starting from 0, this is the video for you. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my why because I think it speaks a lot to why I even started my YouTube channel in the first place. YouTube for me is a platform to reach out to other young people, other young girls out there who are experiencing the struggles that life brings about for a young person at university, getting into university, at high school, with their first relationships, their first careers, their first jobs. I'm just here for all the goodness that comes with self-help, productivity, lifestyle, fitness, career, and university advice, experiences, thoughts. I'm here to hopefully help one other person out there who had the same questions, the same thoughts, the same experiences that I had that I did not see online. And my main goal for YouTube is to create an audience of other young people like me out there. Other young, ambitious, goals-driven people that want to pursue productivity in a kind and sustainable way. I know it's a big goal, and it all starts from this bedroom floor. Every day I'm gonna work at it. But before starting, I had a lot of the fears that a lot of other people out there have when starting a YouTube channel. Who am I to start a YouTube channel? What am I gonna talk about? Why will people listen to me? Do I have the right content, the right camera, the right equipment, the right microphone, the right setup, the right look, the right weight? Do I have the time? Do I have the experience to talk to a camera, to edit, to market myself online? But I'm taking this journey as a learning journey, and naturally it starts with your first video. So let's talk about it. When I first clicked that upload button, let's just say, my expectations were that I was gonna get 10, 20 views, maybe 1 or 2 subscribers, because the fact is that I had never properly tried YouTube, so I didn't know how quickly these numbers were supposed to grow, but I had 0 views. I opened it the next day, 0 views. The following day, 0 views. And today, as I'm filming this, and it's been a week from when I first uploaded that video, it's still on 0 views. And of course, 0 subscribers gained. So naturally, I felt a little bit disappointed. And my first instinct was something was wrong. The thumbnail was wrong. The editing was wrong. The video concept was wrong. The title was wrong. Maybe the description was too vague. I immediately jumped to try and fix the issue. But the truth was that, and I think that's what a lot of us do wrong when we first start a project that we've been putting off for a very long time, that's very near and dear to our hearts, most probably, and that you genuinely like, that you can genuinely stand behind and be proud of. It's really gutting and humbling to really start from 0, which brings me on to my next point, what I learned from this whole process. What I learned from looking at that big fat 0 on my YouTube channel. Well, you best believe I updated the thumbnail, I changed around the title of the video, and I looked over and tweaked the description a little bit. But what I failed to do was actually watch the video back. And to be honest, that's a really bad habit of mine. I'm the type of person that will do an exam and will get their grades back and will not look at that paper, that graded paper. No matter if, in order to learn from my mistakes, I didn't want to confront my mistakes, or to see if any errors were made during grading. I was too scared to open up that paper and confront the mistakes that I've made. And I realized that I made the same error with this YouTube video. I didn't actually sit down and rewatch it and critique it and make notes in order to improve for my next YouTube video and improve on what I did wrong in that first YouTube video. And so it's that big elephant in the room, critiquing yourself and confronting that new baby that you first put out, that first output that you made, that first step towards that goal, whatever that goal is for you, if it's YouTube or if it's another thing, that presentation that you put out in front of your team, that first resume that you used to apply to that first internship. Whatever that first iteration is of a goal that you had in mind. I think a lot of us fail to improve on it because we're too scared to confront that first product. And I definitely fall in that boat. So that was the first lesson that I learned. Rewatch your videos, take notes, and see what you can improve on. And that will just naturally accelerate and compound your growth. Number 2, it doesn't have to be perfect. Since when does our first YouTube video ever have to be perfect? I don't know why this stupid perfectionist group brain of mine insists on having everything be perfect the first time around. It doesn't have to be, and it probably will not be. And that's totally okay. In fact, it's part of the process. We need to make those mistakes in that first YouTube video, in that first iteration, in order to, which brings me on to my next point, practice makes somewhat perfect. Perfect is an impossible feat, so let's just not even go there. But can we improve on our last iteration, on our last output? Absolutely we can. And so I'm just gonna keep making these videos, and every time I'm gonna critique my last video, take notes on 3 things I can improve on for my next video, and work on these things. And I'll update you if I continue on this upward trajectory. And I feel that this skill of confronting my fears is something that I'm gonna bring into other aspects of my life, whether it's being scared to open that exam paper that exposes my mistakes, or looking at that video and critiquing myself, or opening my bank account and confronting the fact that, oh, I maybe should not have spent on that thing. And then hopefully with practice, with more output, we can become closer to perfect. Which brings me on to my next point, which I already touched on, but make it better. Watch that video, critique it, take notes of 3 actionable steps that you can do to improve it, or apply this to any other aspect of your life. I don't know what goal you're working on, but if you're doing YouTube like me and you're starting from 0, I would encourage you to look at your last video and critique it and improve on it. And don't be embarrassed about your first output, because everyone sucks at first. Well, that's the majority of the case, and I'm totally fine with that. So if you're starting from 0 too, let's build from nothing together. I'm so excited to see you all achieve your goals and your aspirations, and it's totally okay to see a 0 on that scorecard for that first attempt at whatever it is you're trying to pursue. I'm in your corner. Comment below any thoughts that you had about this video, and subscribe for more videos like this, and see you around. Bye!